Well, hello there, book enthusiasts. Ever wonder about the dynamics of diversity in universities? Question the impact of gender politics in higher education. If these thoughts have crossed your mind, buckle up because we're delving into Heather MacDonald's bold and provocative book, The Diversity Delusion: How Race and Gender Pandering Corrupt the University and Undermine Our Culture. Let's set the stage. Imagine higher education as a ship sailing towards the horizon of knowledge. Now picture diversity and inclusion as the winds propelling it forward. But what if these winds, instead of steering the ship in the right direction, inadvertently lead it off course? That's what MacDonald questions in her book. She doesn't simply skim the surface of these complex topics. Oh no, she dives deep, exploring diversity quotas, gender politics, and the potential corruption of university culture. Like a detective, she pieces together evidence to build a captivating narrative that challenges prevailing norms. Now for the numbers. MacDonald backs her arguments with data from renowned sources like Diversity for Social Impact, as well as reputable academic institutions from G7 countries. That's right, folks. This isn't mere speculation. It's a carefully researched and well-presented case that urges us to rethink our understanding of diversity in higher education. But it's not all about numbers. MacDonald uses real-world examples that add color and depth to her narrative. It's like she's painting a vivid picture of the landscape of higher education and inviting us to see it from a different perspective. Despite its many strengths, some might argue that the diversity delusion could benefit from a more balanced presentation of views. It's like a seesaw that leans more to one side. Presenting alternative viewpoints and solutions might have brought more equilibrium to the narrative. But hey, perhaps that's a conversation for another day. Okay, now let's address some burning questions you might have about the diversity delusion. First up, does this book go against diversity and inclusion? Not exactly. MacDonald is more like a critical friend who isn't afraid to point out when things might be going off the rails. And what about solutions? While the diversity delusion is more critique than roadmap, it subtly encourages us, the readers, to seek alternative paths. It's like being handed a compass and encouraged to find our own way, using the insights gained from the book as guiding stars. Fasten your seatbelts because now we're approaching the end of our journey. So, why should you read The Diversity Delusion? If you're eager to engage in thought-provoking conversations about diversity, inclusion, and higher education, this book could be the springboard you need. Are you a student, a parent, or an educator? Then The Diversity Delusion might just reframe your understanding of diversity dynamics. It's not a textbook with all the answers, but it promises to challenge your thoughts and prompt you to ask essential questions. So, go ahead. Order your copy today and dive into this fascinating exploration of diversity and inclusion in higher education. Let's not be afraid to question the status quo. After all, that's often where progress begins. Thanks for joining this literary adventure. As always, keep reading, keep learning, and keep questioning. Until next time, happy reading, everyone.